Welcome to a new episode of Noise and Nonsense. Today we are joined by Skullclamp. How are y'all doing?
Great, thank you for having us.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice day out.
Could you all introduce yourselves? Tell us a little about the band and who we're missing today.
I'm Parker Louise. I play guitar in Skullclamp.
My name's Chuck, and I play drums in Skullclamp. And not with us are three beloved members. We have Ahmed, who plays guitar. We have oh my gosh. We'll cut that in post, folks. You know, a bass technically, a bass is kind of a guitar. We're all guitarists.
So.
And we have Decker, who plays guitar, not bass. Sorry, Ahmed. And we have Noah, last but not least, who is the singer, leader of the Skullclamp band.
You've also greatly insulted the two bass players over here.
I know.
We're not even important enough to remember.
I love this. We're setting up a little rivalry here. You know, I was doing a recording session a few years ago, and I got into a big argument with the band leader about timing and stuff. So like we had gotten into a disagreement before, but she was like, we sort of had a conversation where it's like I told her, it's like, if you're feeling like you're feeling disrespected, I want you to be empowered to let me know, so we don't have anything what's it called, under the table. And there was a moment happened where she's like, Chuck, this is fucked up. Like, what are you doing? Like, we were supposed to do this. And it's like, you told me whatever. There was a timing thing, and then we ended the conversation with a sort of resolve. But it's like, let's put out some angry takes today in the studio, and that was the only good day that I did in the studio. The rest of the sessions were scrap, but that day was good.
Emotion drives music, huh?
And good conversation.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. You will have to tell Noah that I have my pen ready for him. We have kind of an ongoing bit where I just see Noah and I hand him my pen. Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Noah asking for my pen. Yeah.
Always
So
has
now
a
it's just
lot,
offered.
lot of notes to take
That's
when he's
like-
around
Yes.
you.
Well,
It's quite the character.
Yeah.
That's crazy because he doesn't know how to write
this is
or
not.
read.
Well, it's a good thing because it's not for writing or reading purposes.
Oh, I
The Benjamin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about how Skullclamp formed.
This is more of a Parker question.
Yeah, so Noah and I have known each other since 7th grade. And we've always been friends for a long time. We weren't super close in high school because we both went to separate high schools. And then he started a band with an old friend of mine from high school called Pictures of June. And so we were just hanging out a bunch. And then we just kind of became really good, best friends over the years. We used to have a band called Hellbender together, a few buds. Jeremy,
Yep,
of Omen Killer. And our friend Corey and Tina. And then that band broke up. And we've always kind of passively talked about having a screamo band. It's kind of something I've always wanted to do, but just didn't really ever go off,
Yep.
But then after Hellbender ended, we both had a pretty substantial break from making music. And then eventually we were just let's just make a screamo band. It was just kind of us prodding each other back and forth. Where I'd be
I'll do it if you do it.
yeah. Noah would be like, we should start a screamo band. I'd be like, maybe. And then a week later, the table reverses. I'm like, let's start a screamo band. And he's like, I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
And then it eventually just kind of happened. And then, it started as just Noah and I. And then our friend Bridget was also formerly in the band as a second vocalist. She left. I don't remember. Chuck, how did you even join the band? I feel like you were just here one day.
That's right. I was here.
Yeah.
So Hellbender practiced at the Jefferson studio on Monday nights before Omen Killer. And 6:30 is when I teach lessons at Jefferson on Monday afternoons. So I get done at 6:30. Hellbender band shows up. I don't really know any of these people really, but you know, friendly hello, goodbye, whatever. And so when Hellbender broke up, somebody just like talked to me about like, oh, we're putting together a screamo band, and I've never been part of like a heavy band, and so it was a really fun challenge or idea. I think you guys just asked me. It's like, hey, we practice like right now. Like, do you want to just be part of the screamo thing?
Yeah, I think
like,
that is how it happened.
And I was like, yeah, sure. And it's really convenient because of all times in the week to play such technically demanding music, right after I'm giving lessons, which doesn't really like strain me, but it does warm me up. It's like the one time of the week that I'm super warmed up to play the stuff. It's like, oh, this is like it's a art of the deal, baby. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the perfect coincidence.
Yeah.
I will say I rolled up Thursday just after you guys finished.
Yeah.
You looked pretty beat after your set.
Yeah, that's right.
It's tough music.
Yeah.
It's definitely the most like technically demanding music I've made. I mean, Hellbender was pretty fucking fast, but Decker and I both are playing pretty like rich, like 4 to 6 string chords a lot of the time, and it's all very fast and tons of different finger shapes. I think it's both very physically and spiritually demanding of all of us. I kind of have this thing where every time I play live, I kind of just black out and lock in, you know? Like sometimes I get show nerves, but as soon as I'm playing, it's gone, you know? And I think that is emblematic of our music to some degree. Maybe that's a bit over dramatic, but
Yeah.
Oh, that's great though. It's great to be over dramatic about
Yeah.
the music.
So with all that energy, are your practices structured or are they chaotic?
Probably one going into the other.
Yeah.
No, I mean we sometimes have an agenda. We do have like one Google Doc, like our master Google Doc that has like all of our songs, and then each one has like a link to the MP3 that's on somebody's drive somewhere, like a demo.
it's mine.
Okay.
That is a very
Yeah,
impressive organization
I know, I
there.
was like,
It's like, ours are like chicken scratches
Yeah.
on
Oh,
random
yeah.
papers.
It's kind of that,
Yeah.
just digitally.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to have. I don't know how you feel about this, but I feel like the bane of every band's existence is file organization and computer architecture of like, oh, it's in this drive, this thing, it's in this Discord. It's oh, it's this Instagram chat from 3 months ago. They got to scroll up and up and up and up and up to find.
Yeah.
It's like if we just put it on one sheet, then it's easy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Great. Yeah.
I was inspired by so I work at a place where multiple people have sort of access to be able to tell me what to do. So I work at Beth Shalom Synagogue on the east side of town. So both the executive director and the rabbi and I think the treasurer has edit access, but he doesn't use it. I just gave everybody a Google Doc. It's just called Tasks for Chuck. That just like, do you want me to do something? Put it here. I'll comment, and it's done. And then I don't have to worry about finding things. It is kind of a mess right now, I have to be honest. Sorry, Rabbi, if you're hearing this. It's an ongoing project to fix this, but it is really nice to just have everything in one place.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't even talk about how the other people joined the band.
Oh yeah, please.
So Decker used to be in this band called Hive Mind with Corey, who used to be the vocalist to Hellbender. And there was a guitarist before Decker, our friend Tyler. He left to go make doom metal with Thorax.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, he plays bass in Thorax now. But we were looking for a guitarist for a while, and we were talking to Corey. And she was just like, you should ask Decker. And then luckily they said yes. Yeah. And then Ahmed, how did Ahmed join?
I don't know.
I don't remember either. I think it's through Bridget.
Possibly.
I think so.
Do you remember what Ahmed plays?
Some kind of string, like a bouzouki maybe,
Some
or
fart instrument?
I thought it was the piccolo, honestly. But yeah, that's our current lineup. That's what it's been for the majority of the time. Yeah, that's the Ahmed and the Clamps.
That's pretty good. With the play on words, I'm a nerd, so I know what Skullclamp is, which I have a Jefferson Street story about that and the Omen Killer folk.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, what is Skullclamp? Is it directly in
It's like
reference
some kind
to
of
the card?
some kind of Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh card or something.
It's a magic card. I have a magic deck. I've played about 3 games of Magic. Noah and Decker are like the Magic players.
Heads.
In the
Okay.
the Magic heads. I think it was Decker that came up with the band name. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But when we were just like, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, so my story, we practiced after y'all at Jefferson Street with Omen Killer, and one day y'all left the set list on the drums, and Danny was sitting there trying to figure out, he's like, what the fuck is +1, -1? The fuck? And listen to him, Achilles, and Jeremy debate what +1, -1 for like 20 minutes was like the highlight of my practice.
That's how I also feel when I get a set list. Like, 1, what songs have what titles, and 2, like why are we calling it this?
It's the Skullclamp. That's the stats of the Skullclamp.
What
Yeah.
affects, how it affects the creature. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rename the band and all the songs.
I actually know nothing about Magic the Gathering, but I do play. I'm a D&D player. So,
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
yeah, but it's like, yeah, I understand +1, -1 only because of that.
Magic was made to be a short-run D&D session. So Richard Garfield, the guy who created it, played Dungeons and Dragons, and he wanted a condensed version that he could play on his lunch break.
Oh,
Yeah.
So that's where Magic the
Not
Gathering
a
came
4-hour hangout and like, do you
Yeah.
guys want to keep playing? Still got 2 more hours to go. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I don't. We can stop right. Long rest. Let's take a break.
from. Yeah, we're still in the inn.
Yeah.
What's your favorite D&D class?
So I'll show you my tattoo, but sorry, I'm like pulling my shirt down here in the middle of it. So I have.
Oh, hell yeah.
I-
That's sick.
My ranger was like my first person that I created, so I'd say ranger, but
Hell yeah.
I'm a bard right now.
Nice.
It's kind of boring. It's like getting a fight and you're like, oh,
Time to play my flute.
I'm gonna stand here and do nothing.
That's pretty good.
I have strength of -1.
I've only ever done one D&D session. It was a short run thing. Do you guys know B. Dunklow? Or maybe Bedford Dunklow? He and Tina Vines and
Yeah.
Stinky and I had like a short run D&D session that was based on. So I went over to B's house one day, and like I've never done this before. I felt really intimidated of like, okay, here's this like 200-page manual of like how to create your character. Like I was like reading through a PDF on like a flight to like visit my family in Massachusetts. I was like, I read it, but I don't remember any of it. So I went over to B's house, and then just saying, first question said, if you were being attacked in short range, what weapon would you use to defend yourself? And I was like, well, what if my character is like really into baseball? So my melee weapon was a baseball bat, and the whole persona was created around that, like kind of like a Savannah Bananas dropout. They were, after a while of all these traits, B was starting to ask more bio questions of like, so how old do you think your character is? And I was like, well, why don't we make our character some indeterminate age, like, and then I was just trying to think about people who I know who could be 20 or 40 or 90, whatever. And I was like, well, like Doug from Bee Foods. Do you guys know Doug?
I work with Doug.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you used to work at Bee Foods?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
And then used to work at
Ecologic?
Ecologic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we just named my character Doug from Bee Foods.
Nice.
This
This will be a fun conversation tomorrow at work.
Doug from Baseball Foods.
Yeah, baseball
That's
foods.
funny.
Hey, we're baseball foods. We're,
Doug is it like I know his age now just because I work with him, but he is a difficult like to pinpoint like how old are you, Doug?
Yeah. I like Doug. He's a
Yeah,
cool guy.
he's a cool guy.
Better be cool to name a D&D character after.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean he's an interesting guy. Okay.
Where do concepts come from? Is it generally someone specific in the band that does a majority of the writing? Is it truly collaborative? How do you go through the songwriting process together?
I'd say most of the songs are brought primarily by Parker or Decker.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of always been like a bit ever changing. I feel like recently we've kind of gone like 1-to-1. Like I write most of a song and then we like hash it out more, and then Decker writes most of a song and we kind of pile onto that, and like sometimes like add a little bit of like recomposition and stuff. Yeah, I think I don't really know like Decker's songwriting process. I'm usually just writing songs like unplugged on my couch at midnight with all my lights off and just kind of twiddling around for like 3 hours.
The other day, Parker texted me, was like, "Can you try to figure out what I was playing on here?" Where it's like unplugged, like a video unplugged with like, I don't know. Did you have like the bisexual mood lighting in the background?
That's just my bedroom lighting.
It's like we can't see the guitar at all. And I was like, okay, I can't hear this, but I did.
It was plugged in, but I was using a synth pedal with
That's
like
right.
a fuck ton of reverb. And that's why I couldn't understand what I was playing, because there was like 3 octaves stacked on top.
I was like, actually, I can't hear it, but I did just like put it through my phone's like black and white filter and just like blew up and just like made it super overexposed or whatever. Just sent it back. I was like, anyway.
Yeah. And then that worked. So
And it became a song.
That's part of the songwriting process, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that Parker's so willing to just bring stuff. It's like, hey, I think this is how I want to put together, but I'm not sure. And I like to tinker. I like to mess around with stuff. So sometimes I remember there was one practice after we we usually practice Jefferson Street. This one happened to be at Parker's house, and just something wasn't working about how something was arranged. So after practice was over, we just sort of like threw it together. Just did sort of like a power violence demo, just like guitar, drums, instrumental, and that was one of my favorite memories. Like, oh, this is really cooking. Like, we can actually make this happen.
yeah, we spent like I don't know, like 2 or 3 hours working on one song that we kind of just shelved for the time being. And then we were just like dicking around for like 20 minutes, and then we just had a song, and that became Morale. And then it was just that. It was just done. 20 minutes. It's like, all right, well, we did something productive today.
Yeah.
What are some of your influences that, seep their way into Skullclamp's music?
Ooh. Well, I know for one, Decker loves Ostraka. And I didn't really listen to Ostraka until Decker got me into them, and now I also love Ostraka. Probably one of the best screamo bands past, like, I don't know, 15 or 20 years. Decker also really likes Dangers. Noah's a big fan of a lot of like more emo violence-y stuff, like Combat Wounded Veteran. some other emo violence bands, Orchid, all the classics, you know. And its name was Epion, is a big influence on Noah, especially. Ahmed loves a lot of like indie rock and like folk music. I think everybody in the band really likes folk music. I don't know about Decker, but I love folk. I love like Townes Van Zandt. Noah and I are both like big country heads. Chuck too, obviously, being in the honky tonk band at the Blockhouse for a long time. I also am a really big fan of like a lot of like post-punk stuff. You know, like The Cure, Susie Sue and the Banshees, things of that ilk. A lot of shoegaze. I'm not really into like emo music at all. That's never really something I have had like influence from. It's more always been like the heavier stuff, and more like atmospheric stuff. Like one of my favorite screamo bands is like City of Caterpillar, who have like these very long winding passages of build up and just like short punchy payoff, you know. Yep. I'm also a big fan of a lot of like experimental rock, like This Heat, the 80s British post band. Yep. Just kind of post everything. I fucking love This Heat. It's like one of my favorite bands. A lot of noise rock stuff. Things that are just like super angular. Botch is a big one for me too. Converge. I don't know. All the
big names.
All the staples, I feel like.
Yeah.
What about you, Chuck?
Yeah, it's been really fun trying to develop a new toolkit for playing music, because obviously, you know, most of my gigs up until starting Skullclamp were just like Honky Tonk Tuesday, like dun, 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 dun. And you know, you learn a lot of. I feel like doing honky tonk, I learned two really important things. One is how to do more with less. Where it's like, okay, you don't need to have a lot of dynamic range. You don't need to be playing a lot, but you do need to be able to signal to the band what's going on. So it's like, okay, you got to really be on top of stuff. Because you know you're the drummer, so you kind of have to know the form better than the rest of the band. So just being able to do fills or create a coherent world around a song. It's like how to do more with less. And then the second and way more valuable thing I learned as a drummer is just how to do less. It's just like, okay, actually, maybe I need to put my trust in the band that actually knows what they're doing and like learn this part. So it's like, how do I just relax, be in the groove, and hang out? Yeah. That is the opposite of playing in a emo violence band. So it's been. I was
gonna say you're doing the most, the most in the most fabulous way. I love it.
So I've been kind of listening to two projects the most. They're very different from each other, but I think they're like really what I've been leaning on. One is a lot of the parts, specifically Parker's parts, are like in more like odd time signatures that, if played too literally on the drums, can sound a little Dillinger Escape Plan. Can sound a little bit like homework. It sound like to the listener, be like, okay, they're doing this thing. This part's in 11. This part's in 17. This is like, and then like you have like a gaggle of bros in the background, like Skullclamp's the fucking math rock band of Bloomington. Let's go.
I just want to clarify, that's not because I am some music theory head. Yeah. It's because I don't know how to fucking count. Yeah. And I go purely off vibes.
But
everything's in 4/4 if you don't count like a nerd.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I went to a concert last week that was like that. Acclaimed bassist, guitarist, maybe. Do you guys know this guy, Pino Palladino? He played whatever.
We'll just assume he's guitar. We'll just keep going on this theme.
for that boost.
How many times can I insult the
Basis
host of
to
the show? Oh my god, this is great. This is my heel era. But it's like, how do I take these parts and make them sound organic? And this one drummer from Chicago who leads, it's like an international anthem band, kind of like somewhere between post rock and jazz, kind of like in the sort of Tortoise vein. This drummer's name is Micaiah McCraven. You guys ever heard of him? Mm-mm. He put out a record a few years ago called In These Times. Instrumental. They are in odd time signatures, but the drummer has a very particular and graceful way of making them feel accessible and like lived in. Like there's one song, I'm gonna get all music theory bro in here. The beat is just like a big 2, so it's a backbeat, like, but then each thing is broken up into 11, but it's not to impress. It's just, you know how like a lot of, you can think of it as like long, short. A typical long, short is like the reggaeton long, short, like it's 3-3-2. This is 4-3, so it feels a little bit intermediate, a little unknown, and then he sort of hints at it along the way, and then after this big build up, he does like this really busy hi-hat thing that's like beautiful, kind of revelation. The way that stories can be told through rhythm without making it the focal point is such a beautiful thing that I think he does, and something I try to like really take from and bring it to the Skullclamp band. So it's like this +1, -1 song. The intro is in like 11. So I hear the one differently from the rest of the band, so I count it off differently. But so like the part, it's like, and then I throw just like a blast beat, like I'm not sure how comprehensible any of this will be to anybody outside this room. I'm just trying to provide an example. But anyway, that's one way that, you know, rhythm can come together where it's just sort of like, instead of like tight coordinates, it's just like building a pulse. And
I watched you, I believe it was last year at Bad Knees, and I was just like mesmerized watching you play drums. So just to let you know.
Thanks. Was that with Gabe?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. But it was just watching you play, and like I wasn't sure if those were rehearsed or improvised parts that you were doing on the drums.
With Gabe, our project is called A Aardvark, and it's a mixture of both. It's ambient, it's groove based, and we do have songs, and we do have like what we call like pre-songs, where it's like, okay, this has an A section, it has a B section. Not sure how one flows to the other or not, and so that allows for just us to hang on just one measure for like repeat for like a minute.
Yeah, then you would get pretty crazy, which was fun. Which I guess my question to involve Skullclamp here was, like, do you get to incorporate any of that like kind of free flow drumming as well as what's the difference between your kit? Because your kit's obviously, is your kit any different from Aardvark to Skullclamp? Or?
It should be, but it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's great when you use the giant snare for a tom and then a tiny snare for a snare. That shit rocks with like the trash clap.
Yeah.
I fucking love that. I also think I think one of our strongest aspects is how melodic Chuck's drumming is and how fluid it is, because a lot of my parts can be like very angular. And on top of like Decker and I using like a ton of distortion, sometimes the melody can feel like a bit obscured, but the way Chuck accents certain parts of the melodies with like a cymbal hit, or like the dynamic of your playing really influences how you feel the harmony and the melody. I feel like even though it's rhythm, it still feels melodic.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. That's sweet of you to say. As far as your question about what my kit is, I have one drum kit. Most of the pieces I bought from wonderful drummer Ben Lumsdain as he left town. I was searching for maybe a more like kit I could play at like bebop gigs. So he had an old 18-inch kick drum, and he had it was like an old Ludwig, and then he has this had because I got it. This 14-inch Ludwig Jazz Fest Duco black and gold snare drum. I also bought this beautiful Agop Sig from him. This is like a 21-inch ride cymbal. And then from there, I got a couple dream cymbals from Melody. I think there was a jazz drummer who had died, passed away, and his family brought the stuff there. So I scooped those up as quick as I could. I guess whatever. And so I with those pieces, I went on this tour with somebody now Abigail Lucas, who was like kind of like a alt country post punk because all of us are old ex-punks. That was our like what's it called, in-band group chat. It was like post-punks. And the recurring bit in that was just like, choose your fighter. It's like either you're like a taekwondo instructor or you're, I don't know, how many people can I insult? How many mass groups of people can I insult? How many ways can I get canceled from the punk scene forever? But yeah, I just played with a kick and a snare and a bunch of cymbals, and then the band got mad. I was like, can you get a tom, please? And so we were in Portland.
So you got another snare.
So I got another snare. There's a beautiful drum shop in Portland, Oregon called Revival Drum Shop. Beautiful restored stuff, like technically correctly restored of its time. So I went in there, played on some incredibly custom, expensive cymbals and like old drums that like still were affordable. And I see in the corner of the room just like an old parade snare, which I've been looking to get for a while. Just because I was watching so many like jazz fusion videos where it's like, oh, that was like a new thing in like 2017, where it's just like putting a new snare and just having that snare, like thud, kind of like deep snare sound. So I see this little thing in the room. It's like a 10 deep by 14 wide parade snare, which is like $150. I asked the guy about it. It's like, well, what's going on with this? I was like, well, the one technical aspect of it was not how they wanted it to be or whatever, so they just like wanted to get rid of it. Like, I will take this baby unwanted drum, bring it into my life. And so yeah, my kit is I have a high snare, I have a low snare, I have a 18-inch kick. They all sort of nest into each other, and I use that for every band.
It's like nesting dolls. Mm-hmm. It's great. I love seeing you pull up to a gig with just one bass drum case, and then you pull out 3 drums.
It's both a blessing and a curse. One is it does limit the parts that I want to play or that I'm able to play. But 2, I think that's useful because I have always had this sort of tendency to sort of like overwrite. So if I'm playing on a smaller kit, it really helps me focus on what is going to help the band. So yeah, that's my kit.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Band adjacent. Oh, it's getting loud over there, huh?
Yeah, lively.
What's it like running a house venue? What are the challenges behind that? And I will say it's on my favorite street in Bloomington, though.
Hell yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's great. I love Monon. For the most part, it's really fun. I haven't been doing it for super long, so I haven't ran anything super egregious yet. It's mostly just like an incentive for me to clean my fucking house all the time. I'm like, oh God, there's going to be 30 strangers here. I can't have dishes in my sink.
Yeah.
And for the most part, it's great. I get to support all my friends' bands and, you know, all these touring bands and help them get on their way further on the road, you know. A lot of people are extremely respectful of the space. I've only had to kick one person out. Thank you, Romanian guy getting shit-faced in my driveway. It is now a sober venue.
Yes,
And
good.
genuinely, thank you for that. I wasn't there, so I get to be like, oh, great. There will be no drunk idiots in here.
Yeah. But yeah, it's great. I didn't know what the fuck I'm doing when I started doing it. I'd booked like one show before I moved to my current house. And I really did not know what I was doing. I had like 10 people show up because I didn't promote it at all. And like, you know, not every show's the most populated, but I think I get a little bit better at it every time. Yeah, it's great. I have a great time with it. It can definitely be exhausting. Like there's so much work that you don't see behind it, you know, like, honestly, like the cleaning and the setting up the PA and like physically moving all the stuff is so fine with me. The most exhausting part is just fucking messaging people on the internet.
Yeah.
That's so like it takes so much out of me for some reason. It seems so menial, but there's like so many things to remember and like so many people to contact, and like you're on deadlines and you got to get the flyers. You got to figure out who's making the flyer. Am I making the flyer? Oh fuck, I have to spend like 4 hours making this flyer that sucks ass. And then I call one of my friends. I'm like, hey, can you make a flyer for me? And then it's done in 20 minutes. It's fabulous.
Yep.
So you're reaching out to touring bands. How do you find what bands are coming through?
It's a combination of somehow people getting a hold of me, which
Nice.
I don't know how that's happening. I guess I'm talked about, which is quite bizarre to me.
The infamous Angel Tower.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a combination of just people like hearing about my venue through the grapevine, and then also just having friends in the scene. I'm like, you should come play at my house. I've got a lot of friends like in Louisville who I've been booking recently. There's kind of like a bit of a cross-pollination starting to happen, which is really fun. And then just my dear friend John Ramos from Indy, who books too many shows to handle. He'll send a lot of shows my way and be like, hey, can you help this band on this date? I cannot do it. I am so booked.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's just kind of shit happening that I am not really aware about for the most part.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a great place to start. It's just like, okay, so I love platitudes. Okay, one that I had a couple summers ago. Yeah, actually, summer 2023. I worked in a kitchen of like a nice restaurant in town called Small Favors. This guy, the head chef, the owner, his name's Nick Detrich, and he threw out a little platitude that I like remember. It is really corny. Okay, that's adding one person to pissed off, whatever. But he says that your network is, you heard this one? Your network is your net worth.
Okay.
Your network.
That is
Your net
definitely
worth.
something Nick would say. That,
Yeah, but I mean, it is literally true for him because he has had restaurants in different cities, like acclaimed restaurants. We were lucky to have him in Bloomington after the pandemic. He was taking care of his mom, his restaurant in New Orleans, and bar in New Orleans. I think, shut down for a few years. But I think one of them is coming back. I think it's called Manalita, which is like a well, whatever. I'm getting way off topic. Welcome to Noise and Nonsense. I'm Nonsense. Parker's Noise. But yeah, I think an important part of this conversation is just like, being acquainted with the world around you, and just being able to receive stuff as it comes. Where it's like, okay, Parker's had some good shows at the Angel Tower that are clean. Thank you. Sober now. Thank you. And it's hard to be reliable. And when you accomplish that, the offers just start coming your way, And that's, I'm speaking for Parker, and I'm going to give you the mic again. There you go.
It's not easy being reliable. Sometimes you don't want to talk to anybody, but it's always worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that I'm an extreme introvert, so continually talking to people, even though I'm fucking doing a podcast. For some reason, this isn't emotionally draining, but out in the real world, talking to someone for 5 minutes, following up with bands all the time.
Yeah.
Dude, one day of that, I'd be shut down for 2 days.
I've had to make myself be that person for my band because, if we want to play, I gotta do it. And
I know.
I don't like it
That's
either.
why we don't play shows. We play 2 shows a year. If no one else is going to do it, and I'm I guess I'll ask.
Yeah.
It's keeping track of all the fucking dates too.
Oh, yeah.
That's the hardest
Yeah.
part. Even if you got a calendar, then you end up having a dentist appointment or something you forget about.
Yeah.
Cat's vet appointment,
Forgetting to put it on the calendar and then
Oh
being
my
like,
God.
crap.
Oh, shit, I gotta go do this.
Shit, I got this thing today.
Yeah.
Calendaring is so hard. I got my first email job a couple of years ago, and I underestimated how cognitively taxing it would be. I was like, I was just working in the kitchen last year. This should be a piece of cake.
Yeah.
And just managing the information architecture on a computer is... do you guys work email jobs?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of. I
do.
guess, I don't know. Kind of. I'm moving away.
You're a
from it.
hybrid?
I'm a hybrid right now.
Nice. I've resolved some of this in my personal life by just making my calendar. This is Exhibit 1, which you guys can't see. This is my calendar.
Yeah.
It's index cards?
Yeah,
You
March,
catch yourself because of work being
April.
so unorganized in your personal life.
Yeah.
I get that from
That's
my
awesome.
partner who is like, you do this all day long, and now it's like, I'm like, I don't put anything on the calendar. I'm like, I don't want to look at it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want to look at
Over
a
it.
calendar. Yeah.
I don't want to look at my phone for any second longer than I have to. It's like a spiritually draining exercise that I'm totally addicted to. So to be able to just put it on index cards is just like a blessing.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
So we probably running out of time here, but before we close out, what's next for Skullclamp? Do you have any shows coming up?
Well, by the time this is out, we'll have played our 2 first out-of-town dates. One in Lafayette at the Nest on April 3rd, and then April 4th in Chicago at a venue called Not, which I don't know anything about.
I think it's like a Ask a Punk. house
Yeah.
venue. Yeah.
I don't think it's a house venue. I think it's a random building in Chicago.
Okay.
I was talking to a Chicago friend. I was like, yeah, we're playing at Not. He was like, oh my God, you're playing at Not. Last time I went there, I thought the fucking floor is going to cave in. I'm like, hell yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're doing that. I think we're playing.
I think we may or may not be hopping onto Burning Couch Festival, which I think Ahmed is connected to in some way.
That's cool.
April 18th.
Yeah. I'll be doing... Yeah, that'll be a weekend of Chuck playing in 3 very different bands. Actually, 4 different
4.
bands. Yeah.
What you got that weekend?
So the night before, I'll be playing with David Woodruff in his Moonscreen band, which if you guys aren't familiar, like, okay, I'm going to use comparison as a blunt instrument here, okay? So imagine if the band Spoon were fronted with the sardonic but lighthearted humor and timbre of the vocalist from Cake.
Okay.
Nice.
Comparison is a blunt instrument here. Moonscreen is a very good band with very good players. I'm lucky to be playing with them. And then also, this guy named Tom Piechek has a sort of like indie rock project, kind of like Bon Iver, Pine Grove, Fleet Foxes, Hannah Francis kind of world. And his drummer, I recorded for his album, but he's moved away, and his drummer lives in Chicago, doing a upper Midwest tour. Can't make it to Bloomington, so I'm filling in on that. That's on the 17th. 18th, I'm doing this Skullclamp show, and then biking over as fast as I can to play this really wonderful show that's coming up on April 18th at the world-famous Blockhouse venue, which is the same place as the show before that. This wonderful indie rock, post-punk, jangle band called The Spatulas that I'm so lucky to play with. They and also Kate Long and her Rhodiola project. I think she's doing it solo. I don't know, but we're so lucky to have her, and we're opening for the inimitable Grace Rogers from Louisville, who's bringing her band on the April 18th. So y'all got a good weekend ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give up the mic here.
April 18th is going to be
Busy.
because
That's
you have a show.
brutal. That's going to be our first outdoor show too.
Okay, it's outdoors.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna.
It's going to be a beautiful day out.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we don't have anything locked down yet, but I think we should be recording something within the next few months.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Our dear bassist and friend Ahmed is leaving early this summer to move to New Jersey.
Poor soul.
Yeah. So we'll be hopefully recording before then, getting something put out. Probably more out-of-town shows. My friend Travis wants to bring us to Knoxville, Tennessee. We got people in Louisville that want to have us play, but yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, sounds like fun summer.
Kind of just flying by the seat of our pants.
Yep.
But yeah.
You actually play that show April 10th with us.
Which is it?
With 826 shows.
Oh, yeah.
They said they reached out, but y'all couldn't, which made me sad.
Yeah, I think there was at least one scheduling conflict with that.
Yeah.
I think there was a scheduling conflict with that.
Breaks my heart.
Yeah, I'm
The
playing a
hell?
show on the 18th at this basement, like a basement venue with Off Nominal, and they reached out to me, and I reached out to you all, like maybe this morning, I don't know. But it was like, they wrote me saying like, we can't find anyone. Now I know why, because it
Everyone
sounds like
has a show.
there's like 800 shows happening on the 18th.
Yeah, we could maybe do like a 9 a.m. set.
Yeah,
9 a.m. Screamo, that'd be good.
It's 7 to 10. It's like a basement show, so it has to be over early. So I don't know.
I don't know. Screamo brunch
Keep-
Sunday the 19th.
Keep it in your messages.
I mean-
Let us know.
I mean, I could ask Goldman Killer.
Yeah, yeah. They're playing the Bishop, and I was like, we'll be done before the Bishop starts.
Yeah. You'll be done before, way before.
Yeah. I don't know much about it. I'm not heading it. I was just reaching out to people,
We'll see.
making noise.
And
Cool.
nonsense.
Yeah.
Where's the best place for folks to keep up with band happenings?
That would be our Instagram page, Skullclap. Skullclamp _IN. We also have a few live videos up on YouTube. We just had one put up by Plural Pictures, Miles from Plural Pictures.
Is that one from Allison Jukebox?
Yeah.
I listened today, and the sound quality in that is.
Oh my God.
really good.
I was like, what the hell?
I had no idea they were doing that. I was
Yeah.
like, fuck yeah. And it
Did they
sounds
pull
great.
sound from the board?
They recorded everything. They
Okay.
brought their own mics and DAW and just recorded everything right
cool.
there.
Sounded
Did
great.
video too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We should ask Miles to
like if we could use that audio as just like a demo.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? No live performance sounds as good. I thought, obviously wasn't just the camera phone or whatever, but
No, the drums were thankfully close mic'd. Yeah.
Your snare sounds fucking crazy on that. Yeah, it's great.
even one of your blasts, I was like, God damn, that's sick.
Did you know Chuck didn't know how to play blast beats before he joined Skullclamp? He's like, oh, I don't know if I could do this. I'm just gonna have to fake it, and now he's doing this.
Doing gravity blasts.
I've been calling it the disco blast because I can't do my foot as fast, so I do the foot on quarter notes.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like but it works for this project, I think. This is a platitude. Punk's what you make it. Punk's what you make it. You bring what you can, and you hope for the best, and you try to communicate, and you try to make something that is built from itself. It's like, okay, I can't do the fast eighth notes, and you know what? That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make it happen.
Yep.
I don't even really know how to play guitar. I faked it the past 10 years. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Awesome. Well, thank you both for coming in.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, check out Skullclamp on Instagram. Look for them on YouTube. And thanks again.
Thanks, y'all.
Catch you next time.